Hello ratbags, it's Jade Plays Games. The Forest Update 1.10 is now live on PC and PS4. It hit PC yesterday and then hit early hours on PS4 this morning. So what does it add? Well, as you can see from the trailer, it adds a bunch of new caves or older caves that have new items inside it now, including the hang glider and the crossbow. I'm going to be showing you exactly how to get the hang glider and the crossbow and one of the other schematics so that you can start crafting. This video is just a location guide of the caves. It's not showcasing what you can do with it more or less, only where you can really find it. I will be showing you guys in detail how to use the items more. And I will show you what the new building pieces look like if you haven't had a chance to do it. You do need to find the schematics for the build pieces and obviously the brand new items like being able to craft a glider or finding a crossbow. So let me take you there. Let's go. Now straight off the bat you're going to need the rebreather. If you don't know this, there is only one rebreather on the map currently, although in the future there are talks that they may add more. The rebreather is pretty hard to get hold of. It is in a cave for the mutants. You will not be able to get any of the schematics you need because most of them are underwater. That's why it's really late game stuff. By the time you've got the rebreather, you should hopefully be able to get these fairly easy. Every cave that you do go in to get the brand new items does not have any mutants. It's only the rebreather you're going to have problems with. As you can tell from this video, I tried doing it without the rebreather and it's just simply too dark. So unless you can find a way to light the way underneath the water, flares don't work either, you will definitely need to go and get hold of the rebreather. If you have the rebreather already, skip to 7 minutes 35 for the rest of the tutorial. If you don't have the rebreather, I'm going to show you how, but make sure you're at this point in the southwest at the anchor and I'll show you how to get the rebreather. After that, we're going to go into the forest and find one of the caves. It is cave number 5 and there are 2 entrances to the cave, or 3 if you include the underwater route, but of course you need the rebreather to go through the underwater route. Keep walking up until you get to these bunch of rocks here and you will find the entrance eventually. It is around one of these rocks. It is a bit hard to spot. There is another entrance in the side of a small cliff face and that can be a bit easier to get into as well. But both of them lead down to where the rebreather is. Now there are mutants in this cave. I was doing this in peaceful mode just to make it a little bit easier and you can see I've got a save point here ready to go. But once you've saved your progress, maybe do what I've done there, you should be able to find it more or less no problem. I'm just going a 360 around to give you another idea of where its location is. You can see it's there in the rock face. We'll be able to go down and climb through. So once we're descended, obviously you're going to have to fight off the mutants. There are babies in here as well and it is extremely difficult. Maybe do it with your friends. You may also need to make sure you've got plenty of food and something that you can make a small fire to warm yourself as the water does get cold and you're going to be going in and out of the water once you get the rebreather. And just to make you fully aware, this is the other entrance to the cave. Like I said, it is on the southwest. I didn't have my map on me at this point, so I didn't really think to start utilising it more. But like I said, it's very close to the anchor point. You just need to walk up the hill and you'll find it there. And I will show you guys how easy it is eventually to come out of these caves once you've got the rebreather. So keep following it down and we should eventually come to the same cavern where the rope is hanging down with the other entrance. And once you're here, we're going to be looking for a wooden door that has a cross on it. This is the indication you're going in the right direction. It's more or less keep going up and towards the left and you will eventually come to an area where there is a dead body and obviously all this debris as well. Keep going past it and you will find the door. You'll also find a note with a lake and lots of trees around it and this is indicating where you're actually going to come out when you get the rebreather. So with the door, all you got to do is bash it down with your axe and then proceed through it. Once you're in the next cavern, you're going to be looking for the rope that's going to take you down. Go ahead and loot any of the resources here. There's a few bits of wood, obviously cloth and all sorts of things like that. I didn't really find any particular notes, although I didn't really look 100% thoroughly. But make sure, obviously, you go behind you into the rope area. So go ahead and start climbing down. It is a bit of a long way down, so don't be scared to go a little bit quicker and faster. Like I said, expect some of these areas to have mutants in them. You're going to have to clear them out before you can proceed, obviously. Once down, there should be a cross on the floor. Make sure you pick it up just to get the completionist factor in. You should start seeing reflections of the water. You're going to have to swim into this water when you pick up your rebreather. Well, I say you're going to have to, you don't have to, but it is a quicker and easier way and it does kind of teach you how to use the rebreather if you've not tried it before. Make sure you pick up the gas canisters, they are going to give you your oxygen. You get a fair amount and it is going to last a while. I only had to change my gas canister once in going through every single cave for this tutorial. You can find gas canisters in other parts of the map as well, so if you do start running out you can look it up and find them, and maybe I'll do a detailed guide exactly where. Simply equip your rebreather and you are ready to go plunge into the cold water. Now I'm not going to talk you through every single part of this next bit, you can just simply go through, but know that you can pick up a rusty axe by going this way as well, and a few other little bits. In the third, or I do believe second room possibly, there is a pedestal and you're going to have to put some rocks on the pedestal to open the stone doors. Again, this is a way that you know you're going out of the exit point, this is the way to go. So just go ahead and pick up the stones and place them on the pedestal and the stone door will start opening. Once it's open and you can go through, there is a tented area which has basically got a bunch of tents, lots of resources for you to gather. You can also find the parts for the old pistol or the flintlock here as well. Caves are always spooky, but this one creeped me out even more than some of the others just because of the way they've got, obviously they're preaching or they're praying towards this god. It is just a little bit mad. There is a book that you can pick up as well. There's one more small collectible which is a picture of one of the mutants, and more importantly there's lots of gas canisters as well, so make sure you've got plenty of space for it. But there you go, that's the other one. That's the axe that I've just picked up as well, the rusty axe, so you should have pretty much all the materials and all the lootable items in this cave now. I do believe if you go the other way there is a flashlight that you can pick up as well, but I just wanted to focus on the stuff we need for the brand new update. You're going to go through this water now, jumping in, and you'll come to a small cavern with a rope. That isn't the end, you still have to clamber up and you're still going to have to swim out eventually into the lake. Once you're ready, climb the rope and you will be in another small section, and this one has a small collectible, another picture. It's just by the campfire to the left of the rope as you're coming up, so make sure you pick it up if you want to get every single item. So after what seems an absolute age, you can make your escape and you can get out of here now. It's worth noting that sometimes you have to press X to go through to the next section or phase out, but in this instance you don't have to. And there you go, we are in the lake, we are out of the caves at last. So to give you extra reference, you can see I've got the anchor to my left, I've built myself the raft, and we're going to go and head out until the island with the shipwreck. It's directly in front of you, and as I said, it's at the southwest of the map. You can see my death marker where I died trying to do it without the rebreather, and we should be able to pick up all our stuff as well. Now if you're on the island, just follow the wreckage into the water and you'll eventually come to a yellow rope or holdall or buoy, and that's how you can find where to go down exactly. Otherwise, if you know what you're doing, just jump straight in and you should be able to find it no problem. Now you want to swim, but don't go down too deep, as that is not where you're looking for. You're looking for the hatch that's going to take you inside the actual wreckage, and it's just above you a little bit. You can see the buoy in the distance, basically a plank of wood with 2 bits of rope on it. That is your only indication of exactly where to go. So just go down and, like I said, go through the hatch. It does give you that little bit of a light, but it is still very murky and it can still be really hard to see. Once you're down, you should see a little hole. Here is the first cave, and this is where you're going to pick up the crossbow. Not only in this cave is the crossbow, you'll also find schematics so you can build yourself a coffin and you can build yourself a church. Not to mention an actual cross. So do you get it? Cross and crossbow. You can see how hard it would be to do this completely in the dark. It may not be impossible. Maybe someone, if you really followed the instructions to the letter, you could probably do this in the dark. I thought about trying it that way, but honestly it just seemed like really difficult after me attempting to do it a couple of times. Go through. Like I said, there's no mutants in this area. There are no cannibals or anything like that. You should be safe. It's all just about exploring it and taking all the loot that's inside. The crossbow is situated just underneath the picture of the boat, and you should find plenty of crossbow bolts littered around to the left and the right of you. Once you've picked it up, that's it. You can simply exit out of this cave. There is nothing else in this cave worth really taking a look at or spending too much further time in here. And that is number 1 of the 4 schematics you're going to need. Now, confession, I'm going to show you where the 4 schematics are, but the last one, my game crashed, so I can't show you where one of the build pieces is. It's probably not that vital. You probably just want to get hold of the glider and the crossbow, but warning, I will give you a more detailed run through the last one. I can only show you the location of it. The crossbow's pretty cool, but it is just that, a small crossbow. It's going to do a lot more damage and a bit more force when you're firing it. It just makes life a little bit easier as your aim is a lot better. And that is pretty much all there is to the crossbow. Other than you can pick up the arrows that you fired or the bolts once you've done them. Okay, next up is the glider. Probably something I'm desperate to actually give a real good try, and I can't wait to give it a go for you guys. I'll probably do it in a live stream, but you're going to need to be in that same area. In fact, it's pretty near the wreck. You don't have to go too far. Head to the shipping containers on the southwest. I picked up my stuff when I died, and obviously I've got my map on me now, so it's easier for me to show you guys. So hopefully you've got the location of where you need to be. Now this one is a little bit harder and a little bit trickier to find out. I searched all around the wreckage or the containers. There's one in the water that doesn't have anything in it, but I couldn't find the actual entrance point. I ended up having to go further and further out until eventually I struck gold and I found the entrance. It's not the easiest thing to spot. Even with a boat you're going to find it very hard, but my idea is that on the left hand side there's a few tiny little islands. On the right you should see the containers. That's probably the best way to describe it. You can see there just a tiny few little islands. Maybe head there, maybe put a save point just in case there's a problem, or make sure your boat's got an area where you've got a save point on it. But when you're ready, dive down and you will pick up the things you need for the glider, the schematics. Again, there is no mutants, there are no cannibals in these caves. It's all just about exploring and going down. Like I said, you've got to sometimes press X on it to go through to phase in properly. So that's why it's so hard to do this, because you just need that light from the diving suit or the rebreather to get you through. The first section is going to be the tower. This is the blueprint that you can build a tower. It's pretty cool. It's on the left hand side there, and then just follow the rope down and you'll find the blueprint or the schematics for the glider. It's in its own little creepy room, and you will come across some more crossbow bolts as well, so you might want to put some of them away or make sure you've got a holder that can carry them. And that is it. That is the glider picked up. Simply exit out the way you came and you've already now got the glider and the crossbow. So last but not least, if you want the log path, this is the location for it. As I said, I couldn't actually find the cave entrance because the game decided to crash on me, and I hadn't saved it for a good while, way before I picked up even the rebreather, which was pretty stupid, but I wasn't expecting it to crash on me. But this is the rough location. You should be able to find it, and again, it's going to be simple as there won't be any mutants or any cannibals in the cave when you find it. But basically, head over to the southeast now part of the map, or more eastern part of the map, and you're going to come across these small islands. It is basically in the middle between the coastline and these islands. In fact, when you're looking from the coastline you might even be able to see it a little bit easier, but more or less in the center of the water between these small little archipelago islands and the coastline. So keep swimming around until you do find the buoy, and that way you should be able to get it and go and get the last few bits for the schematics. There are some prop schematics, but they are already able to build, or they should be, in your building piece. You won't need to go around finding them, I don't think, but they're not that important. They're just props like the car, the TV and the dog. Anyway, I hope this guide has been useful. Hit me up with a like if it has, and I will be delving deeper into the forest in live streams for more content. Go and check out my starter guide that I've already done and my little let's play that I was doing, and I'll see you ratbags for another forest update video or tutorial very soon. Bye bye.